Good evening and good morning, and thank you for coming to this press conference. I would like to start off by saying that the events of the Red Bull 400 kilometers at Texas Motor Speedway was not an accurate representation of the racing that NERSCR wants to produce. To be honest with you, it is the exact opposite of what we want. What we want is clean racing, entertaining racing, and safe racing above all. But it seems as if no matter what we do, tragedy is inevitable. It is with the heaviest of hearts and the deepest of regrets to inform you that Sammy the Seal has died from his injuries in an accident on Saturday. This incident was not televised live, and although we do have footage of the event, it will most likely never be produced to the public. We will not show you what happened, but we will describe it. On lap 20 for the leaders, but lap 17 for Sammy, he crashed out of turn 4 and was hit by David Beckham. At this point, both drivers were okay. Then Kanye West came off the corner and had nowhere to go and impacted Sammy directly in the driver's side door at 168 miles per hour. Sammy was stationary. This impact launched Sammy's car an estimated 48 feet in the air, over the catch fence, and onto the spectator walkway where the spectators were. Fortunately, only 3 spectators were injured, but Sammy did not make it out of the incident alive. Multiple other drivers were injured at Texas Motor Speedway, including Kanye West, David Beckham, Matt Damon, and others. We are working towards replacements for the injured drivers. We are already aware of the the replacement of the 4 car, which we will get to momentarily. I will reiterate that what happened on Saturday, October 31st, 2020, is something we never want to see in NERSCR. This tragedy, thankfully, has never struck us in that way until now. I believe that we have been very lucky to not have any deaths in the Cup Series or any series up until this point, but we are shattered to hear of Sammy's death. Sammy was sitting second in the point standings, just 116 points behind Michael Jordan at the start of the Texas race. And the replacement for Sammy, which we will again get to momentarily, will accrue his points and will take over second place in the point standings. Now, we hope that something like this never happens again, and there will be meetings with the board of directors and the team owners to look for the next step forward, and to hope that something like this never happens again. In the meantime, I guess not good news, but better news. Ian Harrison Incorporated reached out to Jake the Goldfish to request his services for the remainder of the season in the 4 car. After a little bit of coercing and a little bit of negotiating, Ian Harrison Incorporated and I are glad to announce that the defending Season 6 NERSCR Rockstar Energy Cup Series champion will be making his return the next time at Hockenheim on Tuesday. We are still working out other drivers who will be making replacements, but drivers like Jim Carrey, Angelina Jolie, Howard Stern, and many others are at the ready to replace drivers. So we thank you for coming to this press conference. This is again nothing that we want to see, and we mourn the loss of Sammy, who was truly a legend in our series and our sport. I don't know what else to say about it. I want to thank Jake the Goldfish for coming out of retirement to lend us his services for the remainder of the season in the 4-car. And we hope that we have nothing but the best for him in his races. And we hope that he gives it his everything, and hopes maybe by the incredible off chance we could see the first ever back-to-back champion in NERSCR. But again, to reiterate and summarize, Sammy the Seal has died from injuries in a crash in Texas that was not televised and never will be. I didn't see it until the end of the replay, until I went through the replays after the broadcast had ended. I was going through the replays to see all the accidents. I'd come across the accident. I watched I watched every angle I could, and I knew it wasn't very good. And probably about an hour or two after that, the local hospital called the phone, and that was it. So, again, thank you for coming to this press conference. Nothing but condolences to Sammy the Seal's family and friends. And best of luck to Jake the Goldfish in the 4-car. And that's all we have today. Thank you very much. Goodbye.